guys, so today I'm out here and I wanted to make a video on clearing a fence row. Basically what we have going on here behind me is a field that's butted up right against the forest edge here, and over the years the buckthorn, cedars, some other deciduous trees have kind of encroached from the forest edge into the field and have essentially taken some of the field away, just due to the fact that as the trees grow, their branches spread out, and then naturally as you go along with the tractor or the mower, you just don't get quite as close as you normally would. So then what happens is, over the years, like what you can see here, the trees and shrubs slowly encroach. So you can see that over here is the old fence row. You can see some of the old cedar rails, and then here are some of the big basswoods and maples that make up the forest edge. And then as you get closer into the field here, you can see the buckthorn, and there's some cedars there, and they've all just kind of grown in over the years. And you can see that it's probably a good 10-12 feet, maybe a little more, of field that's being currently lost to all these shrubs. So what we want to do is go in here with the brush saw and the chainsaw or whatever else we may need and take these out. We'll start with the brush saw and cut away all these buckthorn and whatever else is in our way, and then this client here wants us just to drag the brush into the woods, which I kind of agree with. Might as well just let it rot, contribute back to the ecosystem. Yeah, and then the end result will hopefully be that the landowner gets their 10-12 feet of field back here, and then they can come in here with their bush hog or their sickle bar mower or whatever, and yeah, it's much easier to maintain. They don't have to deal with these buckthorn, which are a pain. They're actually an invasive species as well, but I'll talk about that a little more later. So I wanted to quickly go over a couple of the main tools that I used for this job. And the first one we got here, and the main one that I used, is the Stihl 460 brush saw with a chisel blade on it. This thing almost looks like something you'd find in like a wood shop, but let me tell you, it'll cut through like a 3 to 4 inch stem, no problem whatsoever. So for cutting hardwoods like buckthorn and lilac and any little shrubs like that, this thing is pretty ideal, because it's also just a lot faster than using a chainsaw for the same thing, because you don't need to bend down. It's fast, it's fun, and it's just a great time using one of these. And I also used my Stihl 261 chainsaw here. I've had this thing for probably 7 or 8 years now, and for this particular job it came in handy for trimming up any of the branches that were overhanging the pathway, and cutting anything that's kind of over that 3 to 4 inch in diameter mark. But I really didn't use this thing much at all. I mainly used the brush saw. So hopefully that cleared things up a bit. I just want to share some quick progress updates here. It's going pretty good so far. Can't complain. It's pretty foggy this morning. You can see behind me, but that's all right. That doesn't matter too much. You can see over here, this section I've just completed, meaning I've cut it, trimmed up some of the branches that were kind of hanging a little low, and dragged the brush into the woods here. You can see some of the little piles along here. And you can already see how much cleaner and easier it'll be to drive machinery along here now versus the section behind me here that I actually just finished cutting with the brush saw. So now I just have to drag it into the woods here. But you can see how much material needed to be removed from this edge to regain that section of field. So a little before and after. Well, I just finished wrapping this little project up here, and I'm quite impressed with how it turned out. It went pretty well, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the process. You can see here, so this is looking up the field here. You can see pretty much from where the shorter grass meets this taller stuff here, that's about what I cleared. So that's probably a good 10-15 feet or so, which you know, it adds up. And you can see that, yeah, it looks pretty good now. Now the pathway that used to be here can be shifted over 10 feet or so. You can see all the little stumps. I cut them pretty low so that the mower can come along here in the summertime and cut away any sprouts. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, comment below.